Good morning, students. How are you all? Hope you all are fine in your houses safely. I am also fine, students. Okay, welcome back to our lesson. Second one, accounts of not-for-profit organizations. Here we have learned how to prepare the first account, receipts and payments account. Okay. Then yesterday we have started learning how to prepare the income and expenditure account from the receipts and payments account. They will give receipts and payments account. They will ask you to prepare income and expenditure account and the balance sheet. So first we will learn how to prepare the income and expenditure account. There we have learned around 10 items, isn't it? 9 items. Whether they are capital nature or revenue nature, because only in the revenue nature of items will be entered in the that income and expenditure account, and capital items will be entered in the balance sheet. Okay, but all these together, all actual cash receipts and actual cash payments were entered in the receipts and payments account. Okay, there we should remove all the this capital nature, only the revenue nature must be entered in the income and expenditure account. So what items will appear, what items will not appear, we are learning. Okay, so now we will learn the 10th one, honorarium. Honorarium. What is the meaning of this honorarium? This is the payment given for an employee who is not a regular employee. Okay, so that salary, that wages, okay, any amount paid, okay, it will not come under salary. Salary means the monthly salary. For the regular employees, what we pay, we will say this one salary, isn't it? But this one is similar to honorarium. Okay, okay, it is like salary but not for the regular employee, a person who is not a regular employee. Okay, it is called honorarium. This one is also revenue nature, because often we used to pay this amount. Okay, then 11th one, purchase of sports materials. What are the sports materials? Sports materials, we will say net, bat, balls, isn't it? Okay, some other things, okay, that they are called sports materials. Here we have to calculate that materials, the amount of materials consumed. Okay, consumption of sports materials. Only we have to calculate. That is called the revenue nature. So this one is that 2-mark question we are going to learn in future. Okay. So consumption of that sports materials. How to calculate? Now itself I will teach you. Opening stock of sports materials. Add the purchases made in the year. Then we should subtract the closing stock, what is not sold. There we will get the materials consumed. Consumption of material. Opening stock, add purchases minus closing stock. This only have to be entered in the income and expenditure account. Then the closing stock will be entered in the balance sheet. Okay, so purchase of sports materials is a revenue nature, but the closing stock will be entered in the balance sheet. Okay, 11th one. Now 12th, purchase of sports equipments. Here sports materials often we will purchase, isn't it? But sports equipments we never purchase very often every year. Okay, here equipments we can say, for example, the table tennis. Table tennis is a game, isn't it? For playing table tennis, there is a table. If they purchase that one, that is capital in nature. Okay. Then billiards, one game, billiards. With the stick and the balls they play, isn't it? That one is called billiards. The table that they purchase, that is also capital nature. Okay, sports equipments, capital. Sports materials, revenue nature. Okay, sports equipments. Then 13th one, purchase of books for the library. In the library, they will purchase books that every year they may purchase the books, but the books that they buy will be used for many years. Okay, so this should be considered as capital nature. Okay, should not be entered in the income and expenditure account. Okay, so once again we will have a glance yesterday what we have learned. Okay, what are the items? Subscription, since it is collected from the members monthly, quarterly or half yearly or yearly, that is an income, that is revenue in nature, so we can take in the income and expenditure account. Okay, then if they have received subscription for some special purpose, okay, for table tennis or for any other sports, that one may be the capital nature. Okay, but they conclude everything. Okay, all subscription will be considered as revenue nature. Then interest on investment, very clearly interest will be received every year or every month, so it is revenue income. Sale of old sports materials, this is revenue incomes. You see, purchase of sports materials and sale of sports material, okay, revenue income. There we never write the purchase, only the sports materials consumed. Okay, then life membership fees, this one only once in the lifetime of a member they will pay, so that is a capital income. Legacy, it is a bill given by anyone like a donator. Okay, they will give this their property as a gift for the organization, that is capital in nature. Then sale of old newspapers, also revenue nature. Sale of old sports materials, like sale of old newspapers, also revenue nature. Then admission fees, entrance fees, everything revenue income. Okay, then grant from government, it is like aid. Okay, if it is for maintenance purpose or paying salary for the employees, that is revenue nature. But if that grant we receive for the construction purpose or acquisition of a land or building, then that grant will be the capital nature. Okay, then donation. In donation we have studied, that is their main income, isn't it? General donation and special fund donation will be there. If they receive that donation for general purpose, okay, then that is revenue nature. But if it is for a special fund, if they receive for a specific special condition, then we can say that receipt is capital receipt. Okay, then the honorarium, everything we have learned. Now around 13 we have learned. Okay, now in the book they have given, I will send you the book, that pages, there you can learn. Okay, the revenue receipts. They have asked some of the examples here. Okay, the revenue receipt, around 4 they will ask. You see 5 marked. Okay, then capital receipts also they have asked 4, we have marked 5. Okay, Here you see one note given: entrance fees, admission fees, donation, special fees, grant from government and other organizations have been treated as revenue receipt, even though these may also be treated as capital receipt. In this chapter, all these things will be treated as capital. Okay, revenue nature. See, then capital expenditure, purchase of sports equipment, purchase of books, okay. Then honorarium, charity, audit fees, purchase of sports material, then printing and stationery, postage and courier charge. Then expenses related to tournament, sports, matches, entertainment, dinner, etc. Okay, all these are the receipts and payments or income and expenditure we have seen. Now we will learn about the income and expenditure account. Income and expenditure account. Today I will explain. If time permits, we will do one exercise, or we will do the illustration and exercise tomorrow. Okay, now we should know what is income and expenditure account. Income and expenditure account is it is a summary of all income and expenditure of a not-for-profit organization. Okay, this is prepared at the end of the financial year or accounting year. What is the purpose of preparing this income and expenditure account? It is prepared, or income and expenditure account is prepared to find out the surplus or deficit. Surplus or deficit. Equal to this one, equivalent account is what? Profit and loss account. From the profit and loss account, we will calculate either the profit or loss. But here, the income, if the income is more, that is called the surplus. But if the expenditure is more, that is called deficit. Okay. Then it is which account? It is like a nominal account. But the receipts and payments account is which in nature? Real account in nature. Okay. But this income and expenditure account is nominal account in nature, because it is concerned with income and gain, expense and loss. Okay, nominal account consists of 4. Debit the expense and losses, credit the income and gain. So in the same way, we should debit all expenses, debit side. Okay, this side, debit all expenses and losses, here credit income and gain. Okay, then here only the current year's income and expenditure should be entered. Okay, not previous year, not subsequent year. Okay, only current years alone will be entered. And any adjustments, current years, even though we have not paid, we have to consider. That means the basis, accrual basis. On the basis of accrual system, accrual basis of accounting system, okay, we have to write that we have to give the addition. If it is yet to be paid, we have to add. If we have already paid more, then we must deduct less. Next year's in the subscription is included in this year, we need to deduct that one. Okay, or this year's subscription we have not yet received, that is outstanding, that we have to add. Okay, proper adjustment must be made based on this accrual basis. Okay, then this opening cash balance, opening and closing cash balance will be excluded. Okay, opening cash balances and closing cash balances should be excluded. And one more items should be excluded. What? Capital items. Only the revenue items must be entered. Okay, so capital items must be omitted. Okay, should not be recorded. Then after entering all these things, okay, current year's income and expenditure of revenue nature alone. Capital items should be excluded, but what should be included only? Revenue items. Revenue items only must be recorded. Then at the last balancing, how they will balance? Okay, if the revenue or the income is more, then we will get surplus. Okay, if the expenditure is more, then we will get deficit. Understood now? This is the income and expenditure account. So, I will tell you what are the steps how to prepare the income and expenditure account. The first step, we have to exclude the opening and closing cash balances. Okay, excluded. Exclude all that means omit. Do not take. Okay, what? Opening and closing cash balances. Okay, then capital receipt and capital expenditure must also be excluded. Okay, then what should be entered? Only the revenue receipt. Okay, revenue receipt and revenue payments, and both related to that accounting year only will be recorded. Okay, only revenue receipt, revenue payment, and all these related to that accounting year only will be recorded. Okay. Then adjustments must be made. Adjustments must be made on the basis of accrual. Accrual basis. Okay, that means for outstanding expenses, then accrued income, then prepaid expenses, then received in advance, income received in advance. For this purpose, we have to make adjustments. Then any other bad debts, depreciation. Okay, some that they are called non-cash items. There we never include. Okay, depreciation, then bad debt. Okay, all these will be given, will be entered in the income and expenditure account. Okay, and one more thing you should remember, any income or expense, income and expense related to one specific fund should not be entered in the income and expenditure account. Okay, this must be adjusted only with that specific fund. Okay, it will be added, only added and deducted. Okay, income will be added, expense will be deducted from that fund. That must not be entered in the income and expenditure account. Then at last, balancing. I told you how to balance. If the income side is more, that means the credit side is more, debit side we will write as surplus. Okay, surplus. Then in bracket we will write income over expenditure. Income over expenditure. Okay, if it is deficit, we should write expenditure over income. Understood? I think you might have understood this one. Okay, income and expenditure account I have explained. Then step by step, what is the first step we have to do? What is the first step? We have to exclude all balances, cash and bank balances, opening as well as closing. Then capital, receipts and capital expenditure must also be excluded. Then only revenue, receipt and payment must be recorded, and that also related to that accounting year only. Okay, the other years we must exclude. Okay, then adjustments related to that means based on accrual basis we have to make. Okay, example, outstanding expenses and accrued income must be added. Then prepaid expenses and income received in advance must be deducted. Then non-cash items must also be included if it is necessary. Okay, maybe depreciation, bad debts. Okay, then any income or expenses related to a specific fund, that must also be excluded. Okay, and this will be adjusted only with that specific fund. Then balancing must be done. If the credit side is more, that means income is more, then we will get surplus on the debit side. You have to write within bracket income over expenditure. Then if the debit side is more than the credit side, that means the expenses are more, we will get this deficit on the credit side. You have to write within bracket expense over income. Here deficit you have to write. Okay, that's all. I think we will do this the exercise illustration as well as exercise in the tomorrow's next day's class. Okay students, thank you very much.